This morning, you guys are going to learn about 16th notes and making a hip hop song. So, the first thing I thought I would do is play you the hip hop song I created. Starts with the drums, then comes in the bass, then I've got this string thing going on, then I have a melody, but we're not going to really get to the melody today. So, here's the song. Okay, I'm going to sell that song for lots of money to the next rapper. So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about eighth notes to review and then fill in what these 16th notes work. And then I got a few other questions on Google Classroom. And then I'm going to have you guys, if you have time, try out this music play thing. You can make up your own 16th notes. And if you're in class with me, you're going to stop and we're going to go over this. But if you're at home, you can go right ahead and try assignment 2, which we're going to do in class together, which is going to be making a hip hop song. And at the end, you're actually going to drag the song you completed down here. And I have the grading. Your song should have 16th notes. It should have the hip hop instruments and use the correct scale and the tempo and use the correct sounds. I actually gave you a template right here when we start in class. We're going to open it up. That's got all the settings you need. So the first thing we're going to do is talk a little bit about eighth notes. So eighth notes, they get half of a beat. So how you would count, these are what eighth notes look like, and how you'd count them is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, see if you can count that in your head with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And it would sound like this on an instrument or clapping. Now 16th notes, they're really fast. So they look like this. And they almost look just like an eighth note, but they have another line here. And this is where the beats line up. So if you notice, it just divides the beat into fourths. So how you would count them is right here. So you'd count them as 1E and 2E and 3E and 4E and and they would sound like this. Notice I was tapping the downbeat as I was clapping it. So how that works on beepbox, if I can open it back up. Let me open up this template. So how that works on beatbox for the drums is when you hit a note, it's an eighth note, right? Because it divides the block in half. How you make it into a 16th note is you make it just a little bit shorter. And now I can put 4 of them in there. Okay? Now the next question I have is what settings should you choose? I actually did that for you if you click on that link. It's easy sad. And then the tempo, I went all the way down to 88. And then I did standard drum set. I actually filled in all the sounds, and if you want to change them, you can. I chose FM bass for my song, slow strings, and then I couldn't find a rap sound, so I just did Vox synth sounds. So I use a lot of synthy sounds in rap. The next question is, what sounds do I choose for the bass and the harmony? I just went over that. How do you pass your song in? Let's say you finish your song. I like to do 2 tabs just because it's easier. You can literally just highlight it and drag it in. Or, let me see if I can throw this in outer space for a second. Or you can just do the Command-C, Command-V into there. And you can just paste it down here if you want to at the end, your finished song. And it looks like I didn't hit Command C. Let's try that again. So highlight it, Command C, and then Command V, there it is. It should pop up as a link when you pass this in. The next thing I wanted you guys to do is go on the site and just kind of make your own rhythms. So I have some 16th notes. You just kind of drag it. Oh, you just click on it. And then I add some 8th notes. I'm just going to go ahead and choose a whole bunch here. And it's filling up these rhythms here, just to see what these rhythms would sound like. There's a quarter note, I'll end with 4 quarter notes. And then you can play it. It gives you a 4 count off. Okay, so if you're just learning how to do this, this is where I might stop the class right at this part of the video, but if you're doing it at home, you can continue to listen to the video. So I click on this beepbox link, and I'm going to go to the drum set. And what I'm going to do is make a 16th note on the kick drum. So this is the kick drum. And then in hip-hop music, this would be my, I think, clap. It's the fifth one up. And so it's going to do 16th notes. So I'm going to just alternate back and forth. So I would like you to open up your beatbox and try this. And then for the hi-hat, I'm going to fill in just every beat. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I'm going to add some 16th notes to kick drum. I'm going to move this one to the middle. So now this rhythm I have is 1 E and A, 2 E and. So 1 A and. I'm going to do that same thing here. Now I have a hip hop drum sound. The next thing I'm going to do is to do a hip hop bass sound. What I'm going to do is just fill in every single line. So now I've got this. Sounds cool, but it's a little lame. So in hip hop music, they use a lot of offbeats. So I'm going to drag this a little longer so I have an offbeat here on the end. And I'll do it again here. See how this sounds. That sounds pretty cool. So mess around with a bass line. A bass line shouldn't have more than 2 sounds. Strings usually do a harmony. And this is a third right here. Oh yeah, I forgot one thing. I've got to make my notes so they're whole notes. Or you can change it and do something like this for a harmony. And then if you want to add a melody, you can. Well, let me know if you guys have any questions. Have fun.